Hello, welcome to your latest weather update from the Met Office on this wet and windy Tuesday. There's a lot of unsettled weather around and it's due to this low out in the Atlantic which is heading towards us. It is the remnants of Hurricane Lee, but it's its frontal systems which are pushing across the UK, bringing some heavy rain and some strong winds as well. You can see through the earlier satellite and radar picture just how much rain there was already today across parts of Wales. We've had around 60 millimetres. And it's been windy too, gusts of around 70 miles per hour as well. So a really unsettled start for many of us. As we head through Tuesday afternoon, there is going to be some further heavy rain, particularly across parts of northwest England, western Wales. That's why we have a warning in force here. Also some heavy rain affecting parts of Northern Ireland. Elsewhere, there'll be some spells of wet weather, but it's going to be a little bit drier. Largely cloudy though. Any sunshine's at a premium. Perhaps the greatest chance of some brightness will be across northern parts of Scotland, but even here we are going to see a scattering of showers. Some of these could be heavy, bit of hail, bit of thunder mixed in, and for all of us it's going to be windy. As a result, even though temperatures are going to get into the mid to high teens widely, perhaps even low 20s towards the south-southeast in the cloud, and with those strong winds it's going to feel colder than that. As we go through the latter part of the day then, heavy rain spilling in across parts of Scotland. That's when we're likely to see some totals building up. So we do have another warning affecting some parts of Scotland as totals could reach up to 60 millimetres perhaps as we go through the night. Otherwise, there will be some clear spells, particularly across eastern parts of England and perhaps around Shetland as well. You may have been lucky enough to see the Northern Lights last night, and there's a chance we could see them again, particularly in these places where we have the clear skies this evening. But for most of us, you can see it's too cloudy and there's too much rain around, so most of us aren't going to be able to see it. As we go through Tuesday night then, a wet picture across parts of Scotland and further wet weather pushing its way in from the west. This is going to be heavy at times, so a windy, wet night for many of us. As a result, even though where we see some clear skies to start the night, it could turn a little chilly for a time. By the time that we get to the early hours of Wednesday morning, it's going to be a pretty mild start. Not really feeling mild though because of the cloud, the wet and windy weather as well. A cloudy, wet picture for many as we go through Wednesday morning. This front is pushing its way eastwards and it has some heavy, intense bursts on it and some squally winds in association with it too. So even inland areas could have some strong gusts. That rain pushes its way eastwards. Behind it, we do have some hefty showers feeding into parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Again, these could be heavy with some hail and some thunder mixed in, and they're going to be blustery or even windy with some strong gusts in association with them too. Again, temperatures in the mid to high teens, perhaps getting into the low 20s towards the southeast, but under that intense rain, it's not going to feel as warm as that. That intense rain continues as we go into the evening, gradually pushing away towards the southeast. Could see totals building up here, so some impacts are likely as we go through the end of the day. Meanwhile, showers continuing across parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Something a little bit dry in between those two areas of unsettled weather, but still a few showers perhaps for some of us. Now looking ahead, and if we head out into the Atlantic, and we have currently Hurricane Nigel that's making its way gradually east-northeastwards, and it is going to head towards the UK as we go towards the end of the week. Before it reaches towards us, we do have a ridge of high pressure to end Friday, so perhaps a quieter spell in our weather Friday night into Saturday. Could turn a little bit chilly for some of us under those clear skies. Saturday itself then looks largely fine due to that ridge of high pressure, but with Hurricane Nigel well out in the Atlantic, still well to the west of us, but it is going to influence our weather as we go through the latter part of the weekend, so it is going to turn a bit more unsettled again as we go into Sunday. Alex Deacon will have more on that on the deep dive, so do check that out on our YouTube channel. Otherwise, you can keep up to date with all our warnings across our social media. Bye.